This is the best. Feels so good.
So it's connected, it's strong. I can again change my angles.
Oh.
Just weaving. So little subtle changes can make such a big difference. So if I angle and push out, so my pressure's now going out that way as opposed to sort of straight down. So for Das, it feels like if I angle more laterally, and push out into something there that's coming back up into my pressure.
Hey guys, Jason and Darcy here. Today we're talking about tight hamstrings. So if you're someone that's constantly stretching your hamstrings and not feeling like it's getting anywhere, it's because you could be in an anterior pelvic tilt, which your hamstrings are long already. So you're trying to stretch them, but they actually need to be contracted, and you need to bring your bum back down to actually shorten those hamstrings, and then you're able to get better activation out of them and more strength and don't have that chronic tightness. So today, what I'm gonna do is we're going to treat the hamstring and the quad, and then at the end I'm going to show you a video how to activate your hamstrings in a concentric contraction. So we're going to shorten those hamstrings, improve that pelvic tilt, and you're not going to have to constantly stretch them. All right, so stick around for that. Das, whip your shorts off.
What are we starting with, Jace?
Table, face down. We'll go through the hamstring first.
Sure, mate.
We're just going to do one side for you guys today, so it's a little sped up version so we can get to the exercise, which is really important with this type of condition.
Yep.
So I'm going to start from the opposite side of the table. I'm going to get a little bit of wax on my palm. Start right up under that glute fold. So we want to get into that hamstring tendon and really hook into that. All right. So yeah, the reason we want to treat the hamstring is to encourage some blood flow into that area, but we can actually identify where the adhesions and where the tightness is coming from. So yes, they're stuck in a lengthened position, but sometimes actually treating them can help to sort of activate those hamstrings and actually encourage them to get some, or take some of that length out of them. So although you traditionally think about massage as lengthening areas, you can also sort of, by applying some pressure, it helps to bring sensation to that area, so then you can better actually activate them. And because they're still stuck in a lengthened position doesn't mean they don't need treatment as well, because they can be long and weak. So treating through those fibres that might be feeling like they're sort of stuck in that lengthened position can sort of clear that out, and then we're better able to actually activate them to pull that pelvis back down into more of a posterior tilt. All right, so that's why we're addressing the hamstring as well, and that's where you're obviously feeling the sensation, but then we want to treat through the front side of the pelvis. We're just going to focus on quad today, but there's so many other structures that we can work on. But the quad and the hamstring have that sort of push-pull dynamic, so a lot of people are overactive in the quads and weak in the hamstrings and the glutes. So yeah, we're just going to treat the quad as well as the antagonist and agonist muscles. So yeah, we want to work the opposing muscle group as well as working the hamstring there. So we've done our warm-up stroke. Once we know where we want to target, we can get the heavy artillery out.
Oh.
So with our hamstring, we want to make sure that we're actually hitting the hamstring tendon. So I can feel a really tight, ropey tendon there.
Yep.
So I'm just going to sink into that on Das, nice and broad to start with. So I can sink down towards the table.
Yep.
And then I can really hook and angle my pressure out towards the camera this way. All right, so that's where I'm hitting those medial attachments.
Oh yeah, far out.
And yeah, if you've got chronically tight hamstrings, you'll feel like watching this video, you'll be like, yeah, that's what I need. Need someone to get stuck in there. You might be trying to use the foam roller, but it doesn't feel like it's enough. Your stretching doesn't quite hit it. So yeah, sometimes it's that you actually need to get that deeper clearing out of the muscle, but then actually activate them and strengthen those hamstrings. So it sounds a bit weird. It might sound like, hang on, my hamstrings are tight, but you want me to shorten them even more. But yeah, sometimes they can be stuck in that long and weak position.
Wow.
So this one I'm going more down the medial line, so semi-membranosus, semi-tendinosus. But then we can also work more biceps femoris as well. So just feeling for what feels the most hypertonic, what has the most tone in it. And we can feel there's pretty stuck for our man Das.
That's good.
Especially if you're an athlete out there or someone that's playing at a level of competition where you're competing and that type of thing. Yeah, tight hamstrings can be something that's limiting your performance. And yeah, if you're trying to always stretch them and always trying to loosen them up pre-training or pre-game and it's not really working, then yeah, this is something you might have to add into your week to get you better, get you up and performing better.
Also, the fascia just doesn't stretch when it's dehydrated as well either. Like, it just doesn't allow it to, does it? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
our slow strokes are affecting that as well.
Yeah, so we're turning the fascia, which can be dehydrated and hardened, as Darcy said, so it doesn't have that elasticity within the fascial system, where the fascia should be more of like a gel, almost like liquid state. So it's quite an amazing thing that's in the body, the fascia, and the more you look into it and the more people that are sort of coming out and studying fascia of how much it actually has an effect on the body, whether that's with pain or holding on to past traumas and that type of thing. So there can be emotional links with tight fascia and that sort of thing as well as causing physical limitations and postural issues and pain. So yeah, there's so much coming out about fascia and the importance of working on the fascia, and but also training your body throughout those fascial slings, which is sort of how the body's all connected together. So sort of going away from that sort of isolation training and training patterns that connect your body up and get things moving better as one, which really crosses over to running and sprinting mechanics and that type of thing.
Wow.
So it's just a slow, deep stroke through there, clearing out. So we want to make sure it's a really good, effective stroke. We're making every part of the treatment count. So there's no stroke where we're just doing it for the sake of it. If we don't feel like there's anything there, we can move on a bit faster. But if we feel like there's something coming up, then we pay attention to that and really hone in on it. So the next one, I'm going to go a bit more down the middle and lateral side. I'm just going to do a couple of strokes through the hamstring to show you, pretty much the bulk of what we're doing. But then we'll move on and show you the quad work as well. And don't forget the exercise that we're going to stick around and show you later, right at the end.
Wow. This is the best. Feels so good.
So it's connected, it's strong. I can again change my angles. Just weaving. So little subtle changes can make such a big difference. So if I angle and push out, so my pressure's now going out that way as opposed to sort of straight down. So for Darcy, it feels like if I angle more laterally and push out into something there that's coming back up into my pressure.
Oh, it just feels amazing.
And then just getting feedback from you as the client, what feels relevant for you, where do you feel the most amount of sensation that's relevant for what you're feeling, whether it's pain or tightness. And then we're just, working as a team. Figuring it out. It's not just you come in and see me and I do the thing. It's teamwork.
Two to tango.
Yeah, it takes two to tango. Maybe if you're lucky, we can call our man Darcy in and he can help as well. He can move the leg around for me while I do the treatment. There you go.
Do a tour.
Special offer.
Half price, only $1 million a treatment.
I was going to say half price. Darcy's doing it for free and I'm getting the other. All right. So, we work all the way through the hamstring, making sure we hit all of that. We're going to get Darcy to flip over. We'll work his quad now.
Yep.
Flip this up so he doesn't have to snap his spine.
Yep.
Roll that up. And then we'll tuck this in here. And then, same thing. We're just going to work through the quad. So we've identified where there might be some tightness in the quad. So, if you're palpating as a practitioner out there, we don't want to sort of do this stuff. It's sort of a bit wishy-washy. So what you can do if you really want to find it, like you might start up in this tendon and just do a bit of palpation like this. And sort of just doing it with confidence, like feeling, okay, I can feel there. That feels really tight. So, all right, straight away we found there's a point here and a point there. Let's knock that out. So again, we're going to do a little warm-up stroke because again, this is how I can identify where I want my main work to go. So it's sort of getting my summary of what I want to focus on, getting the information, seeing how sensitive Darcy is or you as the client.
Yep.
And again, but it's still getting some work done. It's not a real fluffy stroke that's not going to do anything. And it's pretty easy on my own body. I can just sit here and work our way through. Just pressure's all going through my arm here, through the body. And if I really want to, I can climb up on this shelf and...
Yeah, go on, give it a go. You remake of Aaron's video.
I'll fall head first.
2015.
I might headbutt you in the agates if I get it too wrong.
You just stay in your zone, Jace.
Yeah, stay in the zone.
Oh, it feels awesome.
You don't think I've got the Spider-Man ability to climb walls?
You've had it close enough.
My balance isn't the best, is it? We've seen on
We've almost lost you, mate.
Challenges.
We just want to put your
I
safety
thought you
hat
said
on.
I couldn't say that anymore.
Yeah, well, I can.
Oh, you can. I can't.
It's still getting to me, mate.
I can't milk it. I can't milk it anymore. I haven't milked it much. Jeez,
You don't know the impact of you almost dying had on me, Jason. Oh, that's
Tell you
good.
what, people have had more sick days off than I did post-death. So got some questions to ask about that.
Yeah.
What's the excuse?
Yeah. Fuck.
Got a bit of the sniffles. Oh, I better take the day off, mate. I almost died. I'm back here.
Dripping all hanging. Still got me catheter in.
No, that got taken out. Remember?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh. No, it wasn't good because it was in and out while I was bloody awake.
If you guys are interested, we'll talk about that more on Patreon. The link's below. You can have a little look. We'll get to that.
Well, if you missed the story, Ninja and I have also done a video, so jump on and have a look. Ninja's treating my arm, but yeah, I went through a full details of what happened. If you're wondering why we're talking about my almost death, it wasn't a joke. Serious.
Yeah, don't laugh.
Yeah. Don't laugh, but there is a few laughs in there, so we can laugh about it now.
He's all right. He's out the other side.
We're out the other side. We're back working and healthy.
You saw the light though for a minute there.
Thought I did, yeah. Yep. Fought it off with some aggression. All part of it. But anyway, back to treatment. We've worked our way through the quad. Nice little transition back into that. And yeah, just again, identifying what's feeling pretty stuck for Das. Clear it out. As I was mentioning, the key, why we're treating the quad is just so that we can start to bring some neutralization back to the pelvis. So if the quads are overactive, really tight, pulling it down at the front, the hamstrings are long and weak. So release the quad and then we'll strengthen the hamstrings to help to correct that pelvic tilt. So you don't have to continually stretch the hamstring.
That's good.
Let's do one more, just give him a bit of oomph, but as I said, bit of a sped up version, just so you guys get the gist of what we're doing.
That's what we should play on Friday on Patreon. Treat a muscle and you got to have your poker face on. You can't.
Can't react.
I'd lose.
You'd lose. Oh, I think we'd all struggle.
Oh, wow.
I'd be alright. I'd pick calf and just lie face down.
Do a face up calf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. There it is for treatment. So we've released the quad, we've released the hamstring. Now let's strengthen the hamstring. Chuck your shit. Alright, so we're doing a wall. Oh, sorry, start again. Yep. Alright, so we've got a 90-degree hamstring activation here. So feet are on the wall, 2 foot, and we can do a single leg version as well. So what you're doing, I'm just going to have Darcy's arms out in front so you can see. So you want to posteriorly tilt your pelvis so you tuck so your lower back is nice and flat. And then looking at the feet, you're going to imagine you're tractioning your foot as hard as you can down against the wall, and that's just going to pull your hips off. You only have to be sort of a couple of inches off the floor, don't have to be crazy high, and then you're just going to hold this. All right, so you're maintaining that posterior tilt, you're pulling down against the wall without actually sliding, so you should be feeling your glutes, your hamstrings, and then you're just sort of trying to relax everywhere else. Darcy's got his arms up just so you can see what's going on in his lower back area. Again, you can probably let your hips come back down a bit lower, Darcy. Nice, and just holding there. So it's just getting a little bit of hamstring activation, as I was saying, concentric contraction of the hamstring, a little bit of glute activation as well, holding that pelvic tuck, and then have a rest down there, Darcy. Then what we can do, if we want to really bias it towards one leg, we'll bring one leg off the wall, shuffle your leg, body a bit closer to the wall again, Darcy. Let's go back to 90. Yep, that's it. Now bring this one off, just slowly. Yep, so it's tuck first. So this one's a little bit harder, and then you're still pulling down against the wall and just really holding that hamstring, okay? So
Jeez,
holding
the right one's so much tighter. The left one that we just treated feels so clean and smooth and good.
All right, so you can just hold this as an isometric, so you can hold it as, sort of 30 seconds, build it up to a minute, that type of thing.
And then, yeah, you can slowly come out of that. All right, so then swap over, do both sides. But yeah, start off with the bilateral, so 2 feet, and then add in the single leg version as well. All right, so there it is. If you're constantly stretching your hamstrings, get treatment first. Then we're gonna do this exercise and you won't have tight hamstrings anymore. Thanks guys, see ya.
Beautiful.